stuck with the 4-pad model. We really think this is a great core model for our first-time users. You know, there's a lot of casual gamers coming to the consoles right now, and this is a great way to sit down and not be frightened by all the things up in the air if you've never played a game before. But that being said, we understand that people sometimes don't know that they're going to fall in love with the drums and gravitate towards them, so they buy the core model and they want to expand. So we've actually given you the option on the back of this kit to plug in some expansion packs down here. We'll be selling single expansion packs at retail, as well as a second kick port, so you can do double kick. So that way, if you think you're just a casual user, but you end up being a hardcore drummer, you can expand this drum set. But if you know from day one that you're actually a hardcore drummer and you want the premium experience, the best drum experience ever, where's he going? What could he possibly be talking about? Oh, look at this giant drum set to my left, yay! This is the Ion Drum Rocker. It's being made by Alesis, a real musical instrument company. They're fantastic. They're a great partner. I've had a lot of fun working with them, in addition to having a really great product come out of it. And it's going to sell for $299 at retail, which I think is a steal compared to most electronic drum set prices. And this is a fully functional drum set, so you can sit down, you can bang on it. It's soft, it's quiet, the most spoiling experience for our game that like, oh, we have great Rock Band 2 core hardware, but once you play the kit, you're like, well, this is like a real electronic drum set. I don't want to go back. It's so nice. And it's customizable. You can move stuff around and play, put cymbals in different positions if you want. I usually play my crash cymbal on the right side, but our senior designer told me I had to move it back because he likes it on the left. He's lame. So we moved it back for him. The great thing about this is you can see, it also has probably the best kick pedal you'll find in any music game right now. Amazing, really responsive, and super great. They've also loaned us this for the day, in addition to the module that comes with it that works as an Xbox controller. You can also buy a separate module. This is actually this is TM5. This is what I actually play with at home on my electronic drum set. It's a drum brain. You could always, you can buy them separately. Unplug the pads from the controller here, buy that drum brain, plug it right there, and you have a fully functional drum set. So that's a pretty huge step forward. What you're initially buying as a game controller, turn that into a musical instrument with one purchase, and that's pretty phenomenal. I think people are going to be really excited about that. One last thing about the drums before we move on is that we have a drum trainer in our game this time around. So we found that people in Rock Band 1 were learning drums from playing on Expert, right? They were conquering these crazy, like, 9-inch nails and thrash metal beats, and we were like, whoa, you can play all these beats on Expert, that's crazy. We kind of realized halfway through the experience when we were starting to design Rock Band 2 that we'd given them sort of an advanced vocabulary. We sort of taught them, like, French, advanced French without teaching them how to say hello and thank you. So we want to go back and give them like the building blocks for the real drum experience. So we developed the drum trainer, which has a beat trainer in it that teaches you basic beats along with the metronome. You can play that together and learn drums kind of progressively from beat to beat. It gets harder and harder, change the tempos around. We've also added a fill trainer, which is sort of my pet peeve about drummers in Rock Band 1. They can own these crazy thrash metal songs, and they get to the fill, and it's like, da-doom. And you're like, what happened? No, you were doing so good, and then you froze and did a horrible fill. You have no rhythm. So our fill trainer is going to teach them how to fill that space in between those beats with a really great drum fill by teaching one fill at a time. Again, harder and harder, different styles. And last but not least, we have a freestyle mode, which is great because if you have musical content on your 360, cue that up and play along, just bang on the drums, freestyle mode. You can also just not put music on at all and just bang and make noise, which is really why most drummers start playing drums in the first place. We're really excited about that again. So you basically get a fully functional drum teacher in a box without the years of regret and wedding band nights that you had to do to get there. And you get a cool game to go with it as well. So let's share some of the gameplay features in addition to the great drum stuff we have. We're going to go into World Tour mode right now. Do you want to grab some more people from outside? I don't know where everyone went. Sure. We usually have a harmonics crew here. That's John from Harmonics. He's going to help us out, hopefully singing. I'm going to sign in right now. So our kind of flagship feature for Rock Band 2 is our flagship feature for Rock Band 2 is our Battle of the Bands mode, which we're really excited and proud of. But World Tour is where that's housed. And World Tour for Rock Band 1 was sort of something we thought would be a hardcore experience for people to do, like the campaign mode that every hardcore gamer is going to get involved in. But it turned out that everyone wants to experience the tour around the world of earning fans money and knowing what it's like to be in a rock band. So we really try to adapt World Tour to everyone's needs this time. First and foremost, we've made World Tour online, which is a huge step forward. So now you can play in a persistent band in a campaign mode with your friends no matter where they live. So if you have friends who move to different cities, you can keep your band going. Actually, one of our #1 bands who's been on top of leaderboards for a while on Xbox 360 is Earthwind Centaur. And they are all students at a school, and they're all graduating this year. And they were like, we're #1. We're like just really excited to keep this going, but we won't be able to play Rock Band 1 anymore because we're not going to be in the same city. And we were like, oh, Earthwind Centaur. Do not fret, we have you covered. Rock Band 2, Fan World Tour Online. So that's really great. We've also added the ability, if you have no friends at all, even in other cities, you can play solo tour now. It's the same tour experience, still play through all the venues, and earn the fans and the money you'd earn otherwise. The last thing about that that's really cool is that we kept all the venues and cities from Rock Band 1, just added more and crazier venues on top of that. So you don't lose any of the things you enjoyed from the first game. It really is a second generation music game. We're keeping all the core features that we loved and adding perfecting features on top of that. Talking a little quickly, we're going to slow down for Battle of the Bands because this is important. We'll make this come across. Some people were talking about Battle of the Bands this year as if 4 versus 4 is somehow not just head-to-head. We're doing Battle of the Bands in sort of a bigger way. It's not a parking lot slap fight. This is every band for themselves. We're really excited to take this and blow it out. Parking lot slap fight, by the way, out of context.
That's a good band name, actually.
Yeah, parking lot slap fight. Your local terrible punk band. So in Battle of Bands mode in Rock Band 2, it's every band for themselves. So we're really looking for bands to go out there and compete on daily updated battles. This is Dan Teasdale, our lead designer for Rock Band 2, on the drums. He has made the promise that there are going to be battles updated basically daily for Rock Band 2, new things for you to try, new challenges for you to beat. I think he's crazy, but I think it's also a really cool feature for our game, so we're going to go with it. So in this, you can see the different battles, different score metrics. Every day there'll be a new thing posted using different songs or different ways of measuring how you're doing. We're going to play a straight score battle. So the idea is who can get the highest score on this game, or on this game level. In this case, it's one song, Cheap Trick song, Hello There. And we have not been beaten. Okay, so we're still on clock. We will try to beat our own score. And as you can see at the top, there's actually a time limit for this battle. So it's going to be 12 days long. Who can get the best score within those 12 days? And then at the end it expires, and that's the leaderboard kind of for perpetuity, like that battle is closed. So we're really excited to show you this today. It's going to give some real-time feedback. We are a friendly sword master. I believe we'll be playing against our own high score because we're so good. The great thing about this as well is that you can actually learn over and over again that so if you're number 1 and another band beats you, it'll give you a little notification being like, hey, some band from Kansas just came in and took away your high score. Get back in there and show them who's boss. And you tie that to your rockband.com account, it'll send you email alerts. So if you need to be, you can say like, oh boss, I just got an email, my mom, pancreas, I'll be back later, and you go home and play Rock Band and beat your high score. Our logo that we're fighting for is on the right, Friendly Sword Master. We're playing against our ourselves. Apparently I'm playing in front of us, so we turn up. So that's the Battle of Bands feature right there. Again, with new battles every day, that was a straight score battle, but you could have who can get the longest guitar streak battle. You can play, all these songs, like the hardest songs in our game, who can get the highest score without using any overdrives. It's basically like if your band can even finish the song, they can probably post the highest score. The other cool thing about that is actually in the context of this, we have a no-fail mode in Rock Band 2, which I'm really excited about for sort of our casual user base, or if you want to play with friends who've never played a game before. Turn on no fail mode in our game modifier screen and no one will fail out. So you still get the feedback of how the band is doing, but people don't have to constantly be saved and brought back and kind of feel bad about not being able to play their first time out. I didn't think this was going to make a huge difference, but we were playing last night in Alex DeGraffos' suite, and people were not sober, and they were having some trouble with the game, but it was way more fun than just like rock out and try to get back into it rather than having to be like, oh no, we failed, everyone sucks. So we turned on no fail mode and we just like rocked out and everyone had a good time. Which is really great. So you see there's other battles right here. Dan is going to be working his butt off throughout the fall to get battles up here for people to play. We promised weekly downloadable content, and we delivered on it. We haven't faltered once. We've had great songs out every week, and we're promising apparently daily Battle of the Bands updates, so we're going to have stuff up there for you to rock and roll on. And new DLC will, of course, work with this as well, so if you buy new songs, there'll be a new way to play it in the game. New Battle of the Bands will get posted. You can probably play like a Live at Leeds battle today if the function was already out there in the market. Things like that. So we're really excited about this feature. There's also tour challenges, which I'm going to show you really quickly within Band World Tour. So before, if you wanted to play, you either play the World Tour map, kind of expansive reality map, or you were playing in sort of the set list of all 58 songs, progressing one song at a time. When you went through that song list, if you were playing guitar, or if you're in a band where you're playing guitar, you had to kind of wait and play some songs that weren't as fun on guitar. You had to sort of like, these are drum-focused songs. That's why they're in the game. Just play some power chords and enjoy yourself. It's part of being in a band. Kind of got to get used to that. That being said, we really wanted to give people a concentrated experience this time around, especially with solo tour. So if you want to unlock a lot of songs, we now give you of that 84 song list, we'll give you the 40 best band songs, the 40 best guitar songs, the 40 best drum songs or vocal songs. So you really get a concentrated, like, these are the best songs you can play on your particular instrument. And the whole band can join in and play them, but like that's kind of the focus of that experience. That way you can unlock songs going up. And if you get stuck on something, you just jot over another instrument and keep going past it. So that way you're no longer stuck behind an instrument, or stuck behind a song you can't beat, like me and Greengrass and the High Tides on Rock Band 1. Still haven't beaten it. Still excited about that. Also, DLC will populate automatically to here. You see our Jimmy Buffett 3-pack. He's on tour right now playing in these parking lots with fans, which is awesome. And then we have a Weezer challenge, a Rock Band Songs challenge. We'll also do genre-based challenges, decade-based challenges. Challenges was, again, automatically populated. It's not something you have to download. The game just pushes it right into that list, and there are new ways for you to play your game every time you turn it on. We think that's a really, really cool feature that, like, we're doing dynamic content that our designers are really working hard on creating that people are going to enjoy, giving you these sort of like mini digestible set lists of ways of combining music, as well as letting you combine it however you want to in our quick play menu. So that's World Tour. There's also a really cool thing I want to show, which is our hireable staff in World Tour. One last little kind of mini feature. And that's really fun because in the past you were able to hire a manager and get a van, kind of change the way the game worked in that way, but if you hired staff, it didn't really impact the way your band scored. Now we've added a hire staff function to the game. I'm going to highlight that right now. And so when you hire staff, your mom is always the first person you hire. She comes for free. Your mom's your #1 fan. She's not going anywhere. And as you hire staff, you say, I want my band to have more fans. I don't really care about losing money on each show, but I want them to have more fans. I can hire a street team. So they'll go out and they'll get you more fans for every show that you play, but you might lose a little bit of money from that overall score. If you really want to just sell out, you want the cash, you want to buy more clothes, you don't care about the fans, screw them. You can get our marketing executive who will sell your band out rapidly, and then you will have a ton of money to make. There's also a lot of others. There's our East Coast promoter who looks like he's stumbling right off of Lansdowne Street in Boston. Our stylist, and our unpaid intern who hates your band but really wants the experience. So he doesn't help that much. He'll make you some money. Things like that. Another thing where it's sort of like people who've been in the music industry and people who've played in bands for a long time get how this works. It's a really authentic feel. We want to pass it along to our users. People who haven't been playing in bands for a long time wouldn't be able to design this feature in a way that would feel good. So buy a harmonics game. We know what we're doing. That's really cool. Two things to touch on really quickly. One is our Jukebox Mode. I guess only one thing to touch on really quickly. I covered No Fail already. Jukebox Mode, which is really kind of a fun thing to do at a party, and that allows you to pick the bands that you, the characters you've been designing in our awesome character critter, which we've also expanded this time around. You can pick those characters, assemble a band, pick a set list, just press play and watch the animation go, and play back 100% of the song without having to play any instruments at all. So I say the two situations I see this being really applicable in is if you have kids over and you're having a pizza party and the pizza gets delivered, take a break, keep the rock and roll going. Or more likely, if you are having a rock band party and people have been drinking and they've actually gotten to the point where even with no fail mode, people shouldn't be playing the game anymore. It's not a good idea. You can keep the rock going and they can continue to enjoy themselves without having to stop because they are all drunk. Assuming they're of age, T for T. Watch out for that. As fun as it is to watch me talk, I'm sure there'll be questions and stuff afterwards. I want you guys to have the experience coming up here, trying the new instruments, trying the drum rock route. So does anyone want to play some rock bands? Run on up. Yeah, great. We'll start a band and we'll have time for a couple songs, so no one getting, again, parking lot slap fight, not worth it. Stands like statues in the